So it's a bright sunny day here in Vancouver, and as usual I'm taking this double-decker bus to the SkyTrain station. So on the higher level of the double-decker bus, we'll get to see this beautiful view of the Fraser River that we don't get to see in cars. Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So welcome to another new video on my YouTube channel. Here I am, arrived at the SkyTrain station and taking the SkyTrain to downtown Vancouver. And the views outside the SkyTrain windows are getting more and more colorful every few days. So over the past couple of months, sunshine has been pretty rare to have in Vancouver. So I'm really taking advantage of this lovely day to go out and sketch some more. So we're somewhere around Main Street in Vancouver now. After Main Street is officially downtown Vancouver. We're passing by Stadium Chinatown Station, and here I'm getting off at Burrard Station in the middle of downtown, taking the elevator up, and yeah, beautiful blue sky out there. So this is Vancouver's downtown cityscape outside Burrard SkyTrain Station. So there is a Starbucks coffee in the lobby of a hotel. So a lot of luggage, lots of travelers. So I grabbed a cup of London Fog and a quick bite of a breakfast sandwich. I'm going to sit down here and sketch the downtown streetscape right in front of me outside the window. Here's my setup. So first of all, I really want to sketch this lady sitting outside with her luggage. So in the next 1.5 minutes, it's going to be real-time drawing speed. So I'm starting to draw the top of the hair, wrapping around the cranium, and that black piece is actually the sunglasses. I just drew the bang and these loose strands of short hair, a little bit of forehead, eye socket, and the cheek, bit of the chin, the tip of the nose showing, bottom of the chin, and then the collar. Yeah, that's her sunglasses on top of her head, very foreshortened. And now I'm going to ponder a little bit to see the next step. I really want to draw her eye, but it's really hard to see. Just want to quickly suggest it in a quick dash. Finishing the shape of her collar and a bit of the stitching line there. Her upper arms, contour outline the elbow, and more stitching lines on her jacket, wrapping around the 3D shape of her arm. Now I'm drawing the button area of her coat, yeah, which is a really beautiful curve in the natural flow. The back, and I'm going to suggest the forearm is actually bending inwards from this angle that I can't see. Now I'm suggesting the shape of her cell phone and her hand holding it. Now she's talking on the phone, maybe getting ready to meet somebody or getting picked up by a taxi or something. Adding some more stitching lines and wrinkles, accentuations. Okay, now I'm adding some more strands of hair using loose, gentle lines. Yeah, and adding some more wrinkles to suggest the loose 3D shape of her body, wrapped around by her coat. And just drawing a bit of her legs, and yeah, extending her coat a little bit longer. Now I'm drawing the armrest of the chair. Just follow these shapes that I see. And then the back of the chair, very foreshortened pieces. I want to color in some of these bars with solid brown ink. So other than drawing with lines only, you can feel free to accentuate with some solid shapes, as well as accentuating some lines looking a little heavier. Now I just want to draw her eye a little bit more. Yeah. And the drawing process so far, it took me about 3 minutes. Okay, give her a slight bit of smile. Now I'm ready to draw her luggage right in front of her. Starting to draw the extending handle area and the opening of her handbag, the straps of her handbag wrapping around the handle of the luggage in very abstract shapes. So just basically using a blind contour drawing way to follow what I see. Yeah, the shapes are very wonky, but super fun to draw. Okay, now I think she's standing up and ready to go. So in 5 minutes, I finished drawing this little portrait of her and her luggage, telling a little story of traveling. And now I'm drawing just one more chair behind her. Yeah, just giving a sense that she's sitting outside the cafe with a group of chairs. Okay, so now I want to doodle my quick breakfast. The London fog latte, opening of the cup, upper part of the cup, the sleeve, and the bottom part of the cup. Drawing the circular disc shape of the croissant. And the ham and egg sandwiched in between. Adding these little bubbles for the London fog and suggesting the tea bag sinking down in there. Having fun drawing the logo of Starbucks here. And the swirl on this little sandwich bun. And quickly summarizing all these sesame seeds and poppy seeds. And that's pretty much it. My quick drawing of my quick bite. Drawing a little platform to support these two little items. Now I'm ready to paint watercolors. Before the London fog latte gets cold, of course. Yeah, in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Just wetting these areas with clear water. Starting with this warm diluted yellow ochre mixed with a little bit orange. Super diluted yellow for the London fog, which is almost white. Blending on some burnt sienna. And diluted red to get pink for the ham. And a little bit more leftover yellow for the bottom bun. Some stronger burnt sienna to suggest the relieved area on the sandwich. I also mix in a little bit purple into burnt sienna to get a darker shade of brown. And using diluted raw umber mixed with yellow ochre to paint the coffee cup sleeve. Mixing cobalt blue with permanent violet, diluted to get a shadow color. More diluted for the white cup. So everything white in the world, they're always at least slightly shaded with light gray. Using leftover green to paint these the face of this double-tailed mermaid of Starbucks. And that's pretty much it. My quick sketch and little painting of my breakfast. Now I'm ready to draw the streetscape outside the window. As you can see, I did a very quick pencil work, which is very abstract now. So I'm going to show you what I did with the pencil layout because the pencil work was very, very vague. So I did this rectangular shape of the signage and these two important lines going into a vanishing point behind the signage. And this small group of trees planted on a sidewalk. So with these lines and shapes in place, other smaller details comes into this picture much more easily. Okay, so in the next 2 minutes or so, it's going to be 2 times faster than my actual drawing speed. Starting to draw the back of this little guy's head, his torso, 2 arms dangling down the bottom of his shirt. And then his pants, shoes are very small, foreshortened from the back view. So that's one little man here. Now I'm drawing the back view of a girl's head a little closer up. Her backpack in a rectangular shape, the other arm dangling down, and then drawing the pants. So one shoe is a little bit higher because she's strolling forward. Yeah, so that's 2 people on the street now. Now I'm going to use my short-term memory to draw another person. So his head and body is higher on the paper because he's a little bit more far away, walking in front of the girl that I just drew. Yeah, for those people who are walking away from us, their heads are actually higher on paper compared to those people who are closer to us. I just drew another man there, looking pretty small. Yeah. And another one. So I want to create a sense of overlapping because when people are walking on the street, a lot of them are overlapping each other. And another little guy here. I think I'm going to draw a front view instead of all back views. So basically, I'm just following my observation and my short-term memory and just let the lines flow from my pen without hesitating too much about the exact proportions of the human anatomy. Don't worry too much about that. I think the only thing I want to watch out is to make sure the head is not way too big. Yeah. Another back view of a lady. Her arm is folding a little bit, so we can only see her upper arm. Adding some stripes on her shirt and pants. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the people that I want to include walking on this street, which is Burrard Street. Yeah, and suggesting another tiny person in the far distance there. Now I'm ready to add the other urban structures supporting this street, including the perspective and the proportions between one thing and another. Yeah, getting the letters of this mall in, Royal Center, and the parking sign to the underground parking. Yeah, and adding some more letters for this banner here on the bottom. Yeah, so that's very much it for this signage. And now I'm ready to draw the next thing. I want to suggest the dimension of the street by bringing that curb line towards the vanishing point. And this curb there in the middle ground is very straightforward. Okay, so these lines on the ramp, they're all pointing to the vanishing point somewhere behind the signage. And now I want to start to plant these trees close to the curb, starting with the little trunk, the major branches splitting from the trunk, and the smaller branches and twigs. So the tree's canopy is actually a very organic sphere, and all of these branches and twigs, they're supporting the canopy shape. And two more trees, they look shorter and smaller because they are more far away from us. So this time, I want to paint the tree's canopy instead of drawing all the leafy details. Now, I'm suggesting other urban structures like that traffic light in the far distance, buildings, and the awning for the entrance of this shopping center. And all of these bars are pointing to the vanishing point behind the signage, as you can feel. And now I want to draw another happy man walking towards us by short-term memory. So he's already gone as I'm finishing the drawing of him. Okay, and just adding a few lines behind the man to suggest the doors and windows. A quick loose shape to suggest a building in the far, far distance. And now I'm going to draw another person's front view, a lady. Yeah. Now, moving on to the next stage of this urban sketch, I'm ready to work on pretty much the background area. So now I'm drawing this lamp post holding the light bulbs and the traffic signs. So I think the lane close to the curb is for buses and for loading trucks only. Adding some relief texture for the post. Okay, now I'm drawing the street sign saying West Georgia. That's the name of the street ahead. Adding a few gentle lines to suggest the perspective of the sidewalk. Okay, so now I just drew another quick line there to suggest a vehicle. Now I'm switching to my brown oil-based pencil from Faber-Castel to draw these background details, including these two trees and a car, yeah, in the middle of the street. Yeah, so these days I've been having fun working with this brown oil-based pencil to fade out the background a little bit. And a lamppost looking pretty short, and another one pretty far away on the other side of the street, and some more urban structures, another car's back view, and another car ahead, drawing the stripes dividing the lanes on the street. Okay, now I'm drawing the loose, gentle contour outline of one of those heritage buildings. I think it's a hotel building of old-time Vancouver. And then these window frames and window panels in squares or rectangles. Okay, switching back to my sailor's fude fountain pen to draw this these two traffic signs saying that this lane is reserved for buses only. And switching back to my brown pencil and keep drawing more windows for this heritage hotel building. And those windows on the right side of this building, they're extremely foreshortened into those slits. And that's it for the line drawing stage. And my painting tools are very simple. Just a 24 color palette from Mungyo brand, 2 water brushes from Holbein, and a wet towel to clean the brush tips. And I'm going to attach my phone to the gooseneck tripod. Now, moving on to bringing this soft, soothing atmosphere of a cloudy day with a little bit of sunshine into this picture with the help of watercolors. Starting to paint the sky using these diagonal brush strokes of diluted cerulean blue and then purple violet to shade the clouds. So when we paint our sky area with these diagonal direction strokes, the sky area, it seems bigger compared to before when that area was still blank. Now I'm ready to glaze everything under the sky with this mellow, diluted yellow ochre as usual. And yeah, same for the background area, just to tie everything together with this simple, warm atmosphere of sunshine warmth. Okay, my next move is to paint these trees with yellow-green. So playing with yellow ochre, lime green, cadmium yellow, with a very high ratio of yellow ochre for the top of the tree's canopy. And then a little bit viridian green mixed with just a little bit of yellow ochre for the middle and the bottom of the tree. Some orange red for this tree here sandwiched in between. Using these loose, choppy brush strokes wet into wet. Many of the brush marks are merging together. Okay, and keep adding some more little choppy brush marks for the higher part of the tree's canopy. Okay, now I want to shade the tree using viridian green mixed with burnt sienna. Yeah, so I love the fancy colors of trees in early autumn during this transition stage between green and yellow and red. And I love blending these warm and cool colors together. Now painting the signage using blue. Okay, now I want to paint the background trees with leftover red-orange and some leftover shade of green. Just keep the tone a bit more diluted so they look like more far away. And using some more brighter greens to paint a shorter tree. There's actually 2 trees overlapping each other there in the background. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the essence of this scenery is the colors of the trees. So I want to work a bit more before moving on to the other things that are less important than the trees. Grabbing some leftover bluish gray to shade the sidewalk a little bit. some blue marks to suggest windows on those buildings far away. Keep shading these trees a little bit more and paint these smaller branches showing in between the leaves using leftover dark sepia. Okay, so now I want to slightly intensify the contrast on that background tree using slightly stronger shade of green, the brownish green. Now, I want to gently shade this heritage hotel with leftover purplish gray because it's not facing the sun. It's a light gray building, shade it. Painting the shadows for these people. I think the sun was more on the left, the shadows are on the right of those people. Shadows on the bottoms of the cars. Painting these windows was like dark blue, the reflections of the sky. And gently shade the bottom of the tree's little canopy a little bit more. Moving on to add some stronger blue violets for these cars. I think this one was a taxi over there, so yellow. Most of the cars on the street, they're black or gray or silver. And then using leftover blue to paint the signage for the mall. Okay, now it's time to paint these people's hair using yellows and browns that kind of echoes with the colors of the leaves. And then remember this lady, I think her hair was kind of blonde with gentle brown shade. Skin color is orange and red mixed together, diluted with a lot of water. And let's shade her hair a bit more because the head is a three-dimensional spherical shape and one side of the hair should be shaded. Yep. And the next stage of the painting process is to paint the outfits of these people. Most people in the modern world, they're wearing like very dark colors like blacks and grays. So instead of using black, I like to use like a dark indigo or dark purple. Some people, they might be wearing a red jacket passing by sometimes, or a purple jacket, which is really nice. So I just painted her jacket red so she kind of pops from the picture. Some more leftover pink purples. And many people are wearing jeans, so their pants could be like a bluish color. So while I'm playing with these blue tones, I'm also trying to paint or shade other areas that might be having like a bluish shading tone or blue color. And fine lining the ramp area with thin brush marks. I'm gonna paint this man, giving him jeans and a purplish shirt to wear. Shade the awning with leftover blue purple. And these frames of doors and windows. Now I want to paint this lady's coat. I remember her coat was kind of a beige color, so very diluted yellow ochre. And shaded with leftover blue purplish gray. Mostly on the right side of her body is shaded. And she was also wearing jeans, so yeah, a kind of a dark blue color. Some more blues here and there. Her bag was leather, so brown or burnt sienna. Her luggage is gray, so just leftover blues and purples to paint it in. Some more small refined shading for her coat. And then grabbing the leftover gray to paint the lamp post. One side facing the light was shining, and the signs are light gray. Final polish. And this is it. So here's the look of my finished sketch of this streetscape in downtown Vancouver, the financial district. And now it's getting more cloudy. Now it's time to go home on the SkyTrain Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. If you like it, please click like and leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel for weekly updates, and I'll see you around in the next video very soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.